Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Kenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Tar Heels will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Miami. Looking downfield, it's Terrell. Going for a big play right off the bat. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanting to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Let's take a minute and talk about Miami. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too.
Turning it on! And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
They'll try to get the edge on the left. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
And the Hurricanes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Buys a little time with his feet. There he goes. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Quarterbacks are, there's so many adjectives to describe them. Calm, cool, collected, accurate, so on and so on. But a lot of times it's just smart. Understanding the situation, the down and distance, and knowing where that first down marker is. Great job going to get that first down, new set of downs.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. It's Slater. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short. They keep it on the ground here. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down. Trying to keep the drive alive. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, K.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. To the air on first down. Looking for a deep man. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
And back to the air on second down. Shoots it to the left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Got his man. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
Looking to throw, it's Terrell. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return to that small change. They take over at the 43.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. There he goes! Inside the... and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, North Carolina!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Nice job reeling in that catch. And listen, when you say Miami Hurricane football, to me, I think about burners at the receiver position. Michael Irvin, Andre Johnson, Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, who I played with in the Senior Bowl. These guys could not be covered one-on-one. And this dude here in this offense today, he causes the same kind of problems. Really, really good route runner. He always seems to get open.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw, it's Terrell. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing the pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Catch in the middle, it's Slater. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Canes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Direct snap. Breaks the tackle. He'll pick up a few before being knocked out of bounds at the 31. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. Smart move to get down with the slide. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Give to the running back. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, for the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Dropping back, it's Terrell. Makes the grab. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Using his feet. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
Back has it. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Offenses don't just line up and say, I'm going to pound you now, especially once you get in the red zone. You know, the field shrinks and everybody focuses so much on being great on defense in that area. But you lose a little bit of trickeration, get some speed on the perimeter really quickly, pick up that positive game.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now got 4th down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal, you try to pay this drive off, and this opportunity to put something on the board here.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick?
Touchdown, Hurricane! Okay. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Bringing it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Motion from the wide receiver. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Now, you got to read it quick, right? And he makes a quick decision, gets that thing out of his hand, but make sure your feet are set, and you still got to be accurate, even though you're trying to get rid of that ball so fast.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
The Tar Heels are on the move. Leaves it with the running back. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
I mean, you just can't teach and coach Big D tackles to be that quick. I mean, he shot right out of his stance, beat the offensive lineman, and he was in the backfield before the O-line even knew it.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the left. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job.
Touchdown, UNC! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And the passing game paying dividends right now for this offense. They just had a big play through the air to get him down in the situation. So let the quarterback deal. Great job reading coverage. He found his open target, accurate throw, and 2 plays through the air, and they've got 6 points on the board.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Man, it just means more in the SEC, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Florida Atlantic has dug itself a hole today, and I don't think they're climbing out of that puppy. Huge interest in this game, and they have rolled over. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Dropping back, it's Terrell. Here comes the heat. On the move, he fires. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Looking to buy time. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Crosses the 45. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
And how about that, man? If you're a defense, that's demoralizing. You get them in a known passing situation. They slip the run in there. All you got to do now, you're playing deep for pass, but now come up, just make the tackle. Force a fourth down. The defense could not get the back on the ground, Palmer, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, David, and better gap integrity up front, too, on defense. I know you think it's going to be pass, but that doesn't give you an excuse to get out of your lane. Everybody's thinking sack the quarterback, but now they just opened a huge crease for that running back, and he took advantage of it. Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. It's Terrell. Unloads it downfield. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. And the Canes decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got them backed up. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's going to let it go. He's got it along the sideline. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Tar Heels in the hurry-up. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Going back to the well. Another deep ball. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, the quarterback wants that throwback, guys. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to drive down the field here in a 2-minute situation. We're going to get the lead. We're going to have the momentum going into the first half, but he got too aggressive, and he should have thrown that one away or eaten it, because now the other team has a chance to score points here at the end of the half.
Dropping back, it's Terrell. He's going for a big play downfield. He's got it! And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Miami!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. They get to him as he throws. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to go up top on first down. He's taking the shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
He's not afraid to go deep. Grabs it inside the 15. Boy, he almost finished his half with a bang, and are they lucky to get him stopped? They're eager to head to that dressing room right now. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
North Carolina, 14.
And the Canes will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Scanning the field, it's Terrell. Pucks it out of the air. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be...
Tight end trying to get in. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Canes. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Tight end finds a soft spot. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. The Tar Heels want to move quickly.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Tar Heels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the back. Still on his feet at the 45. Knocked off his feet. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because down in distances there on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very...
Oh, he's got some space. Got enough space. Touchdown, Tar Heel. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Baylor took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bears that fired on all cylinders. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for bowl position.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. To the air, it's Terrell. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Trying to turn the corner on the left. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, they really could have used Makes that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Hurricanes send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The give on the option. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Let's go. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Tar Heels moving quickly to the line. The RPO fire complete to the left. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's picked off for the 4th time today.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the 1st half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Wide receiver going in motion. Try to get it to the edge.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To the air. It's Terrell. Makes the grab. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Snap it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Slater. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. Looking for a push on 4th down. Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
And the Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the move, it's Duarte. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, you've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big third down. They'll give it to the back. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. He'll pull it down and run. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. Pulls it in. It's Aikman. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. And the Tar Heels want to crank the tempo. The offense changing the play. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Hendricks. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a first down and a pickup of 10.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards.
Turning it on! Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. So the O-lineman got a little too far downfield. It wipes out the touchdown, and they'll back it up 5. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll set up to throw. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on that time, made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. You look like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking down the middle. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Gets it into the end zone, but there is a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. They'll line up for a second down play. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches.
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Terrell. Looking deep. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative and play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Well, they're not able to hook up on that throw, but they need to score now. At this juncture of the game, this late in the game, they need a touchdown, they need an onside kick recovered, and they need to score again if they're going to win. The sense of urgency is just off the charts.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. This is now a 7-point game.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on. And you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play.
And this defense is well aware of the situation, and they're so aware of it. That goal line package is coming out, right? They've got to stop the run. They know the offense wants to eat clock. They got to get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance to get back in this football game.
They'll test the right side. Racing to the right. He's at the 10. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. That last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. And he punctuated that drive by ripping off a 38-yard run for 6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wants to change this route. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
On the set. 29 Philly.
Throws it back. Oh, they're after him. He'll pull it down. At the 35, he's got room. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. One more play to pad the stats. To the air on first down. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He's open on the right. And they fight him to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking